And this particular project is entitled Emerging Communities, and the aim of it is to get ladies mainly from different cultures together to cook dishes from their own culture. We share the food, and then it's to get a little bit more understanding through sharing the food and sitting down together. So not only they can enjoy the food and enjoy cooking, but also hopefully enjoy a healthy diet.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes, please. Since from the 2nd of June, I was involved as part of the participate here for the cooking session. It taught me a lot. Like in the beginning, just mixing with some other people, I was not used to that. And then we've got so many different languages. We had to learn to appreciate some of the other languages, even if we don't understand. But just speaking to someone other, that involvement within ourselves. And then within the cooking session, we've learned so many different methods of cooking from different countries.
I did my last week, Wednesday, and people from different parts, they come to do this. When they are cooking, we come around, we peel onions, we chop them, whatever they want, whatever ingredients they are using. If it is for chopping, we chop, we help chop. Everybody helps. We are very happy when we are here. And when it's coming to an end today for our own group, I'm going to be very sad. Because when I came here in March, end of March, I have not had places to go. I'm very new here. For the past 3 weeks I've been here. When I go home, I lie down on my bed and begin to think about how we do our cooking here. It's all group participation. We support each other. We work hard together. We do our cleaning up together. We do everything together. All of us have been very active and involved in what we have been doing. And we have been very happy together, being together.
I'm here today doing a training course, how to fix bikes, how to maintain bikes. So if you've got a bike at home, certain issues you may have with obviously you don't need to take it to the garage or whatever, you can just sort it out yourself. So it's those kind of techniques they're trying to share with us here today, how to maintain bikes. And obviously teach you some health and safety rules that you need to be aware of, about riding bikes and how to maintain it.
Always loved to ride on a bicycle. Back in my country, which is Nigeria, but I never had opportunity or I can't afford it to get a bicycle to ride, so I don't know how to learn on it. So now this is a very big opportunity for me to be able to ride on a bicycle and to own a bicycle as well. I found the section so very lovely. I've learned a lot, things I've never known before. I've really learned today, and it's very amazing.
We're here in the middle of a public park in Middlesbrough. There's a lot of people passing by who can see what's going on in here. They can see what's happening with this project, and hopefully they'll be able to see it develop as time goes on as well. So the idea is the participants take one of these raised beds each, and as you can see from the condition it's in, they're all overgrown, covered in weeds. And over the coming weeks they're going to weed them out, prepare the soil and sow their own seeds, which they'll be looking after over the next probably 6 months or so of the project, until they've got some crop to show for it. And hopefully that'll attract their interest in the longer term, so they can keep coming back next year and grow a wider range of crops.
Great to see so many of you here today to join us for this celebration of what's been achieved. And we're very grateful to Middlesbrough Council Public Health who have provided the funding that enabled this project to happen.
I was really impressed with the work that everyone's been involved with, and it just goes to show with commitment that a small amount of funding, a very small amount of funding, can achieve so much in such a short time. From a public health perspective, it's difficult for us to see where some of the opportunities are with our funding and some of the work that we do hidden behind our desks in meetings every day. And I think things like this is really just a sense check for us to actually demonstrate the value of investing in local people with local skills. I'd really just like to thank Middlesbrough Environment City for leading this piece of work on our behalf, and Binny and all the other key organisations that have been involved. But most importantly, without your participation, none of this would have been achievable. Thanks very much.
I like speaking English. My English is not good. Excusez-moi. Sorry. My name is Marguerite. Nazali kosala ba jardin. Namona kaka David oyo azalaki lokola mokonzi na biso azolakisa biso mosala ndenge ya kosala ba bede oyo. Namoni kaka abengi ngai Marguerite yakomeka kufungula porte. Alakisinga biloko nyonso na ndako. Tango nyonso na kulinga koya na ye kufungula porte pe na kangi ye akoyaka lisusu mingi te. Nde responsabilité bapesi ngai fungula lisusu na maboko na ngai.
When everybody's working in the gardens and they're cold and they want something to eat afterwards, it's a nice opportunity for everybody to come, get something to eat and to have a bit of a chat and talk to each other about what they've been doing in the day. And also gives people something to look forward to when it's quite cold out there.
Look, Margaret, I like the soup. Everybody like the soup, isn't it? Yeah. Everybody like this soup.
My name is Bushra Ali and I was interested in teaching adults. We do the ESOL side of the gardening, and then after the ESOL side of the gardening they go off to do the practical side at the park. What is a butterfly, girls? Well, the first 10 weeks we just concentrated on gardening. So we did learn vocab about gardening, and what we found during that time was their English wasn't very strong. So it was a little bit difficult to get some things across. So we decided maybe if we'd done half the session on ESOL, just normal English learning, basic sentences, words, vocab, and then concentrate on the gardening on the second half of the session. And that has seemed to work much better. And I can see the students are much more alert and interested doing it this way. I would love to see more of this happening around the community, because I'm not sure if there is something like this, like practical side and ESOL side of things, but it's worked really well and I would love to see it happen much more.
As you can see, I mean, the beds will have been a lot emptier than this last time we came. The beds won't have been so green and not as full. Last year was quite slow because it was late in the season and there wasn't a lot of stuff growing. And over the winter, obviously, we couldn't plant a lot, but we've come on quite quickly in the last few weeks. We've got a lot of stuff planted in the beds. The beds are quite full. Everybody's been busy, and the skills have developed a lot in the last few weeks. You know, they've learned out different planting techniques depending on what variety of plant it is. They've learned how to look after them, maintain them, weed them, thin them out to the correct spacings, and they're looking after them, keep them watered. And most importantly here, they've started netting the plants because we lost a lot. The birds were eating a lot last year. So they've started netting the plants and protecting them from predators. And all of these beds are full now. Every bed has got somebody who's adopted it now. We've got the university on site as well, who've taken 2 beds at the bottom end. We've got a pavilion group who are just coming in to start use their beds, and we've got local residents using the bottom beds here as well, next to the training beds. So all in all, it's turned into quite a busy site. And now we've got facilities like the polytunnel, an extra water catchment, and the composting, which I don't think was here last year when you were here either. So all in all, it's a well-equipped site now, and people are using it properly, and they're doing very well. The skills are coming on.
The course we're delivering today is a continuation of the programme we've already been delivering with volunteers who are working with the Emerging Communities programme, particularly the ones that have been doing the cooking, because what they're going to do eventually, hopefully, is to take what they've already done forward and pass those cooking skills on to members of their own communities, and perhaps to people who don't cook normally, to give them more confidence in cooking. Most of the people who are here today have already done our Cultures Cooking Together course, and some of them have done the Train the Trainers course, which was to equip them to be able to deliver to other people. But if that's what they're going to be doing in the future, they'll need to be able to have a level 2 food hygiene certificate, because they will be classed as food handlers.
So the idea to develop a community growing space, that it isn't just about growing your own food and having access to healthy food. It's also about socialising, the opportunity to meet with other people and enjoy their company, and also this brilliant way in which it's being used to develop people's language skills as well. And also I understand now that there are actually people just from local communities starting to show an interest in the site as well, which, to be honest with you, I don't think at the start of the project we would have envisaged, so that's fantastic as well. So thank you all very much for your efforts. I know from talking to people how much you're all enjoying involvement in the project, and I know how much I'm enjoying seeing projects like that actually happen and be led by the community, which is so much of what we want to see in Middlesbrough, is more and more people from the community actually taking a lead in making decisions about how these spaces in the town are used.
My name is Lima, I'm from Angola. I'm here in UK 6 months now, and in Middlesbrough 4 months. I'm learning English and I'm enjoying the class, because when I come here, the first thing I was know to say in English was I don't speak English. And now I can speak with other people, and I'm trying, and I know that one day I can say more things.
This section here, we wanted it to be a barbecue station. For that, we need some stationary benches for people to sit down and enjoy. And eventually, we will also be building a stationary barbecue on that spot. We have got a trainer who is showing us how to build the bench from pallets. And as you can see, all the equipments are available, and the participants are today painting some of the pallets to enable them build the bench. Today is the launch of our community kitchen. We are trying to showcase 4 projects that we have in partnership with Middlesbrough Environment City. And one of which is this, which is the community growing. Today is the first day of the harvest. People will be harvesting their vegetables and then they will hand them over to the second project, who are the Cycling Recycling Project. And these are community champions on bicycles. Then they will hand it over to another project which is called Cultures Cooking Together. So these are healthy eating community champions who will then cook it and prepare a meal out of the harvest which is taken from this site. I'm really pleased to see the place to where it is now. From where we started, it was unused piece of land, and now to see regularly around 20 people coming, using the place, whether they are on the development team or the training team, getting something out of it, improving their English, harvesting food out of it, learning some new skills around agriculture, and to have the community leading it, bringing lots of ideas on how they could make it even more inclusive.
I'll be using a bicycle to actually transport the products from the gardening to, let's say, the kitchen, so which is actually going to be used by the kitchen staff to actually serve, let's say, the people who are going to visit us today. This is one of the things I'm actually happy to do, and I love to do it. Right, I'm happy to be part of it. I'm meant to be part of it continuously.
In everything that we do here, we wanted to embrace the integration of various community. Today is our first harvest of everyone.
We're here today in IBC Kitchen, which is we just launched this kitchen. We have some sample and ingredient that I brought fresh today from the garden project.